Hello, this is John, and this is going to be a quick, truthful presentation of the U.S. economy and the unemployment rate from days gone by to the present. Now, Barack Hussein Obama was the 44th president of the United States from 2009 to 2017. Let's look at what happened with the unemployment in America during his stay as presidency. This is a clip from 2016 from the 44th President of the United States of America, Barack Obama, speaking while Donald Trump was running to become the 45th President of the United States. And he is speaking in regards to the unemployment rate and jobs that left America never to return. And later I'll show you how Trump brought those jobs back. But this is what President Barack Obama said in 2016.
For those folks who've lost their job right now because a plant went down to Mexico, that isn't going to make you feel better. And so what we have to do is to make sure that folks are trained for the jobs that are coming in now, because some of those jobs of the past are just not going to come back. And when somebody says, like the person you just mentioned, who I'm not going to advertise for, that he's going to bring all these jobs back. Well, how exactly are you going to do that? What are you going to do? There's no answer to it. He just says, well, I'm going to negotiate a better deal. Well, how exactly are you going to negotiate that? What magic wand do you have? And usually the answer is he doesn't have an answer.
Okay, many of you remember President Barack Obama saying that back in 2016 about the magic wand and Trump. And we're going to fast forward to a jobs report in 2019, 3 years later, from CNBC, a well-known news format that is not a big fan of President Donald J. Trump. I'll put a link to this down in the description. This was uploaded from CNBC to YouTube on October 4th, 2019, and it was the September's job report.
136,000 non-farm payrolls increased by 136,000 in September. The unemployment rate fell to 3.5%, down from 3.7%. That is the lowest level since 1969. Average hourly earnings also fell 1 cent, statistically flat compared to the month, but up 2.9% over the year. Now, we did have some revisions for the past 2 months in the total change. July revised higher by 7,000 jobs. August revised higher by 38,000. So added up, you've got a total of 45,000 added jobs. After the revisions, job gains have averaged 157,000 over the past 3 months. So year to date, we're at 161,000. Compare that to 2018, though, and it had 223,000 as the average monthly gains. Now, looking at specific sectors, we had healthcare showing the most gains, 39,000 jobs added there. Professional business services also added 34,000 jobs, but manufacturing jobs down by 2,000, so a slight drop-off there. A bigger drop-off in retail trade, down 11,000 jobs. The biggest losses there were in clothing and accessories, offset by gains in food and beverages. The unemployment by race, Hispanic unemployment fell to 3.9%. That's a survey low. Black unemployment at 5.5%, also a survey low, but unchanged. And the labor force participation rate at 63.2%, also unchanged. And, of course, that favorite U6, or real unemployment rate, at 6.9%.
Now, in all fairness, and for your understanding of the U6 unemployment rate, this is where we stand right now as of September 2024. Right now, under the Biden-Harris administration, we are at 7.7%. Now, this is from 2 days ago, where Trump is speaking in regards to tariffs and how putting tariffs on companies that choose to build factories outside the United States to bring in products to the United States, it would be cheaper for them to build their factories in the United States rather than building outside the United States and paying the tariff to sell their products in the interior of the United States of America. And I hope none of you out there have what is called Trump derangement syndrome, because at the end of this video, I will show you what it looks like. And when you look at the shakiness of this cameraman, I think he might have a little bit of the case of Trump derangement syndrome. But anyway, let's play the clip.
Speech I made having to do with tariffs, I'd mentioned that our country is being threatened by Mexico. Now, all of those things, beyond even the car companies, all of those things are now dead. They're dead. I asked him, will they start? Probably not. They're dead as a doornail. If she gets in, it'll start up again.
President Trump, I let you give your example.
No,
you talked a lot about tariffs. You look at the American economy, 40 million jobs rely on trade. It counts for 27% of GDP.
Okay.
If you cut that off, that's also going to have an effect on many, many business people here.
Yeah.
Tariffs also have another side. Isn't that something that you have to acknowledge?
No.
You could be plunging America into the biggest trade war since Smoot-Hawley.
But there are no tariffs.
You're going to stop. There are tariffs already at the moment.
There are no tariffs. All you have to do is build your plant in the United States, and you don't have any tariffs.
People, in a lot of places like this, there are a lot of jobs that rely on foreigners coming here. You're going to basically stop trade with China. You're talking about 60% trade on that, 60% tariffs on that. You're talking, as you said, 100, 200% on things you don't really like. You're also talking about 10, 20% tariffs on the rest of the world. That is going to have a serious effect on the overall economy. And yes, you're going to find some people who will gain from individual tariffs. The overall effect could be massive.
I agree it's going to have a massive effect, positive effect. It's going to be a positive, not a negative.
Well,
let me just tell you, let me tell you. I know how
example.
committed you are to this, and it must be hard for you to, spend 25 years talking about tariffs as being negative and then have somebody explain to you that you're totally wrong. It'll have a negative, it will have, I'll go a step further. If you don't do this, this country has no chance.
40 million jobs is a lot of jobs to rely on.
They're all coming back. You've lost
jobs. Those are 40 million jobs in America that rely on trade.
Are you ready? John Deere, great company. They announced about a year ago they're going to build big plants outside of the United States, right? They're going to build them in Mexico.
And you threatened
they're also going to build.
They stopped.
That's right. I said, if John Deere builds those plants and not selling anything into the United States, they just announced yesterday they're probably not going to build the plants, okay? I kept the jobs here, and I'll keep John Deere will stay here. And I'll tell John Deere, if you do build outside of the United States, you can if you want. For instance, India is a very tough country. It's not only China. China is the, I would say, probably the toughest. But there are a lot of tough. You know what's very tough? European Union. Our beautiful European countries, wonderful, wonderful. If you add them up, they're almost the size of us. They treat us so badly. We have a deficit. I said to Angela Merkel when she was there, she's not there anymore, I wonder why, but when she was there, I said, Angela, how many Chevrolets do we have in Berlin? Why, Donald, you have none. He said, that's right. How many Fords do we have in Frankfurt? I don't know, none. I said, that's right. You know how many cars we have? Mercedes-Benz, BMW, all of the different Volkswagen, millions and millions of cars. And then I said farm products. They don't want our farm. They don't want anything from us. We have deficits that are crazy, and we're not going to have them anymore. We're going to put tariffs on them, and they're going to do. And you know what they can do? The Mercedes-Benz will start building in the United States, and they have a little bit. But you know what they really are? Assembly, like in South Carolina. But they build everything in Germany, and then they assemble it here. They get away with murder because they say, "Oh yes, we're building cars." They don't build cars. They take them out of a box and.
Now, I hope you have watched this video up to now, because you're about ready to get a treat, and you will find this hilarious. And if you are an individual that does suffer from Trump derangement syndrome, and I'm sure we all know somebody in our life, if you just simply mention his name, they go crazy. And this is hopefully a cure if you do suffer from that, because the first thing to cure yourself of that is to comprehend and understand that you do know it. So with no further ado, I will give you this comedian. His name is Jim Breuer. I think I pronounced that right. Hope so. Here's the clip.
What is... No, what I mean is, what is going on? Right? Like, it's past if you're divided politically. Even, you have to admit, even if you're like, I don't care, as long as it's not you know who. Like, that was like a demonic, like the devil came out and just whoever, like, we're gonna make people hate Donald Trump, hate! Get him! I hate Donald Trump! He's a racist, he's a white supremacist, he's an insurrectionist, they lynch people! Even I'm not gonna blame you, because I saw the news channels. I saw them saying, he's racist, he's sexist. You would just wake up to pee in the middle of the night. He hates Mexicans, and he says they're rapists, and he hates black people, and he... They had, remember the Women's March? We're gonna march! Vagina! Oh, they knew what a woman was then. Fascinating how your common sense disappears. I hate! Even if you hate that human being, and because you hate, you're accepting? Come on, man. Come on.
Now, this is John, and I want to thank you for watching this video. Please share it. Like it if you'd like to. But by all means, go to Google and just type this in and search it. Seek the truth daily. For that is what we all should be doing. And if you seek the truth daily, my friends, the truth will find you seeking. Take care.